Hello, we are back and welcome to the Pon Pon Pod. It's another episode, it's a new day. And we got new things to ponder. But before we do, how you doing?
Back to the world, dog.
I like it. Now listen, before we get started on this week's episode, let's just clear up a few things. First of all, like, subscribe, comment, and please, just watch. We just need views. At this point, we need views. I don't know if it's an algorithm thing. I don't know if it's a him thing, me thing. Maybe I don't know.
We did get a new organic subscriber, I think, yesterday.
Well, that's something.
So
you want us to be outside? Maybe you want us to be outside in the pub again.
I think that might be it.
All right, that's it. Okay. Fine. Problem solved. Not that that's going to change anytime soon, because it's a freaking heat wave here. We continue our... Oh, yes. So what was I saying? Subscribe.
Yes.
But we're continuing our theme, if I can get the words out. And this week we're talking about, cool characters. People you want to emulate.
Aspire to be.
Right on. We've had so far... Who have we had?
We've discussed Dickie Greenleaf, played by Jude Law in Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yes.
We've done Pacino's interpretation of Vincent Hanna.
Very good.
It wasn't so much a specific... a character deconstruction, but we've looked at Mickey Rourke and the character 9.5 Weeks, and to some extent Harley Davidson in Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man. And we've also kind of
touched on different people.
Yeah, exactly. In films that we like and
Jim Varney.
And so yes, exactly.
Anyway, so today we are talking about what I consider the zenith, the peak, the tippity top, the coolest of the cool, the best of the best.
All right.
Who am I talking about?
I think it's George Lazenby, was it?
Close.
Yes, I know.
But not there. Hit me with it.
One of his successors. I believe it's Mr. Pierce Brosnan.
In
1999's John McTiernan directed The Thomas Crown Affair, the remake of the McQueen 1968 classic, which is about to be remade yet again.
Yeah.
Starring your favorite actor,
Michael B. Jordan.
All time, Michael B. Jordan.
Absolutely.
Who I think is also going to play the lead in Miami Vice.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Is there
Yes, of course, he's going to be Tubbs in the new Miami Vice reboot.
Who's Crockett?
Austin Butler of Elvis fame.
Not bad.
So, yeah. In any case.
I didn't know that.
But, this was the first... reincarnation, shall we say,
yes.
The first remake. And I think we both agree that this is one of those somewhat rare examples of a film whose remake and reboot, we believe, outdid
the original
and surpassed the original.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree with you there.
Right.
Now, we're not here to talk about the plot of the film, but if you haven't seen it, please go out and watch it because it is definitely worth your time.
Absolutely.
We are talking about the man, Thomas Crown.
Yes.
Who is a billionaire financier living in New York with his own island. Sounds familiar.
Yes, it does, exactly, yes.
But no, he's not doing bad things. He's doing very good things. Well, it depends.
No, actually, he is what you would consider a typical English rogue.
Absolutely.
Right? Not actually really old money.
This is so lovely.
It is so lovely. Not actually specifically old money in the David Niven mold.
Absolutely.
Or
not.
in the Roger Moore style mold.
No.
Because as is referenced in a pivotal scene when he and Rene Russo, who is
the female
the bounty hunter
maybe,
who's on his tail.
Can I just say, you might even consider Rene Russo the lead of this film in some ways.
In some ways, yes, right.
A conversation for another time.
Yes, absolutely. But once the what do you call it? The chess-like interplay between them starts hotting up, and they are dining at Cipriani. She actually references that he went to Oxford on a boxing scholarship, which implies, in fact, that he's not actually from
self-made.
Old school. He's a self-made
man.
And also, by the way, that reference is quite pivotal, I think, because the fact that he went to Oxford on a boxing scholarship is there to kind of reference and showcase that he's an alpha male who is kind of tough and
sophisticated
athletic
at the same time,
and has,
classy,
exactly,
but a badass.
Exactly.
I mean, something I like to consider myself, not always
exactly.
succeeding.
A bit like Big F.
Absolutely, more like Big F.
Yes.
Yes, and if you haven't seen that short or reel or whatever they call it, the kids call it, go check that out.
Yeah.
It's on our page.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yes.
So a billionaire financier who's got so much money.
That he's bored of the everyday machinations.
Yes.
That take place at Crown Acquisitions.
Sure.
Which is his company that he presides over.
Already cool. Already
Yes.
more money where he doesn't even have to think about
Correct.
things. Okay, that's already making him cool. He can have all the cars. He can have all the like luxury items that come with
Yes.
like having, you know, immense wealth.
Yes.
Right? The houses, the properties, the islands, as I mentioned before.
And what I think is very, very well done is how the movie opens very elegantly with that great score, and the way that the letters in
Right.
the opening credits kind of like
appear.
No, they kind of
Jumble.
jumble up and replace one another, and then he's kind of talking. The first scene is with him. In the therapist chair,
Yes.
talking to Faye Dunaway, who's
Yes.
obviously
A cameo.
the lead in the original film.
Yes, absolutely.
It's there to kind of like showcase his distrust of women and kind of his growing dissatisfaction with the monotony of his everyday billionaire lifestyle.
What makes him cool, I guess that's the first sign of it, is that he's very nonchalant.
Correct.
He's very laid. The kids like to use that word,
Yes.
nonchalant.
Yeah.
He's very doesn't care about
Yeah.
much. He's very cool. Nothing really riles him up, which already is a sign of great coolness. So that's number one tick. Okay.
Correct.
The fact that he's got more money where he doesn't even have to think twice about what he spends it on
Yes.
is another tick of cool.
Correct.
Because the thing is, because he's got so much,
Yes.
he realizes that things are not that important.
Exactly, of
right?
course. He's become immune to
exactly. So in this film, we see him crash like
Catamaran.
$1 million catamaran.
Correct, yes.
We see him burn a like $1 million.
No, a Renoir that we don't quite know is either an original print or a copy.
Yes.
Right? Which
But
actually is a
regardless,
great
It doesn't
scene.
matter. My point is, you've just completely messed up my point. My point is, he doesn't care about money. He's burning off millions.
Yes.
He doesn't even bat an eye.
Yes.
Which already makes him cool. Okay?
Yes, yes.
And then, so these things are certain qualities about him. Now, what I really, for me, stands out more than
All right,
anything,
yeah.
I mean, is the sophistication of the man, no doubt.
Yes.
And coupled with that is how he dresses.
Okay.
I mean, I think the suits in this film. Who's the head of wardrobe?
So Gianni Campagna was
Campagna,
kind of an
you are a
obscure
legend.
Italian designer who actually like made the suits for him.
Okay.
And these suits are, by the way, quite interestingly, because this film was released in 1999, which is in the midst of his Bond run.
Yes.
Where, by the way, I think he was wearing very ill-fitting and
Absolutely.
and badly dated Brioni suits.
Yes.
With kind of like high 3-button
Absolutely.
configurations.
Absolutely.
And I think his suits in Bond are all kinds of wrong.
Yeah.
However, in this film,
Timeless.
yes, there is a timelessness that I think
Classic cut tailoring.
100%.
Okay, if
100%.
men, and you know, if you want to know how to dress like a true gent,
Yes.
you watch this film, you check out these suits, and the attention to detail
Go on.
is something. I mean, for me,
Yes,
I
go
don't know
on.
what you're gonna say, but everything down to the way the collar sits.
Okay.
how good that is, how well the ties are knotted, the cuffs, the length of the cuff to the suit.
Yes.
Okay.
Some 3-roll 2 suit button action.
Whatever
Yes.
it is, it all just fits perfectly.
Yes.
Okay, and it looks immaculate.
Yes.
And even the the pocket squares, so well done.
Yeah.
So chic, so elegant. I tell you, Gianni, you're the man. I need to like follow your every move.
And let's not forget, in my opinion, the most pivotal scene that showcases style and refinement, which is the final kind of caper scene when he has all of the his kind of lookalikes enter
Sure.
the what's the museum called? The
Museum of Modern Art.
No.
Oh,
the,
no. It's the
famous New York
one.
Museum.
In
In any case, but when they all turn up in these long black overcoats with the bowler hats,
yes.
and
But you know what that's a reference to?
yes, the painting.
Yes, by
yes.
Magritte, René Magritte.
So yeah, I agree with
Son
you.
of Man.
And
I'm
not
wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Not to mention, by the way, as well. You know what? His dress down.
Metropolitan Museum of Art.
His Metropolitan Museum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Met, of course. Not to mention, by the way, his dress down style, which is something that is very, very overlooked. When
Yes.
he goes to Martinique,
Yes.
right? On the kind of like what you call a hybrid,
By the
supercharged
way, again,
Mustang,
again,
six wheel.
That also adds to his like
Okay,
coolness.
yes.
He's got this beautiful custom-made, I don't know, 1960s or 70s Shelby Mustang with like welded-on doors, huge roll bars, huge floodlights, and I think it's a six-wheeler.
It's a six-wheeler,
which is amazing. Anyway,
and but also his dress-down style in that.
Yes.
The kind of breezy, unstructured white linen shirt with straight leg jeans. This at a time in the 90s when like the baggy flared worker jeans, and not to mention the ones that I believe you used to, whose hems used to cut with scissors to give it a more of a boot cut formation, as I remember quite fondly. I can't believe I tried to copy you back then. I'm just like, no wonder I went off the rails.
You still copied me.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. So the style is bang on and timeless, and also what I like about it is not too gratuitous.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it so classic and timeless.
Yes.
It's not following trends. It's not following fashion. It's just classic style that'll never go out of fashion.
Correct. And if you notice one other thing, by the way, which is something that tailors and fashion likes to kind of play around with dramatically, and it's absolutely true, is like lapel size.
Yeah, of course.
The lapels here are so
of course,
on point.
Again,
They're so they're so
it's
classic.
Like, what? It's like Cary Grant. It's
correct.
Like
Gregory Peck.
Exactly.
Yes,
these are classic lines. Yes. You will never go wrong. Anyway, jewelry. We're talking about one watch. Okay, the watch.
The watch.
The Reverso.
Yeah, okay.
The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso, which I actually bought because I saw this film.
And so did I, yeah.
Well, I loved it from this film.
Yes.
Okay? Subsequently got stolen, but that's a different story. But I love this watch. Again, a classy, timeless watch. It's not something massive.
I think it's great.
It's not something like too small.
I think
it's not
great.
something digital. It's just a timeless rectangular watch. I mean, it happens to be a Jaeger, whatever, fine. But it's just so well. It's just these things never go out of fashion.
Correct. I agree with you. I think they really it's so worth noting, and it's interesting. Do you know that they were
that must be Gianni as well.
They had to remove the Jaeger-LeCoultre logo and emblem.
Oh, I didn't know
because Brosnan's contract with Omega during his Bond run, took precedence.
Exactly. So Gianni didn't even let him wear an Omega.
What's that?
He didn't let him wear an Omega.
No.
Gianni, whatever his name is.
But that would have looked ridiculous if he was wearing an Omega.
I know, but I'm just saying. He's contracted. Sometimes you just let things slip. But the attention to detail is so precise.
Correct.
That they even went to those lengths. Now,
and I think, by the way, JLC. I mean, it's a great timeless brand. But I would actually say that he really helped popularize it going into the new millennium.
Yes. Okay, that's a fair point.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a fair point.
That it kind of become a somewhat of a forgotten timepiece.
Yes.
And I really think because of this film, and especially the Reverso model.
Yes.
He took this kind of what would have been this kind of austere old like Swiss banker's watch and made it a symbol of cool. Also, by the way, it's very synonymous with polo.
Yeah,
that watch,
of course.
Which is, I mean, he doesn't play polo here, but he plays golf, and that's another thing I was going to say is that I think one thing that why this character is so aspirational, a little bit like Dickie Greenleaf, is it's the hobbies, and it's a film.
And there's this idea of of course. And I don't want to sound materialistic, but the fact that money is no object.
No, but it's like you're saying, like what does he like to do?
Yeah.
So he likes gliding.
Yeah.
A very elegant.
But also it's very expensive sport.
But it's such a sophisticated
of
pastime,
of
right?
Course.
And that two-seater seaplane that he flies on, right?
Yeah.
So he likes that. He likes sailing.
Yes.
We see when he crashes the catamaran.
Yeah.
Another very elegant, refined sport and activity.
Yes.
Golf. There's a scene where he's playing golf and he's betting.
Not every idiot likes to play golf.
Yeah, but sure.
Not that I'm a golf fan, so don't worry.
What else? Art, obviously.
Art, okay.
He likes. I mean, there's. Yeah. Well,
Look at that.
I think interestingly enough, because the first film with McQueen and Dunaway featured a very pivotal chess scene.
of course.
I think they did right to sidestep that, because it would have been too much like of a mimic.
Sequence is the kind of the modern day version, remake version of that. Anyway, let's move on quickly.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about his apartment, his house.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
brownstone.
Oh my God, the house is incredible.
Yes.
Marble, this and that, nice pieces of old art, Renaissance art, contemporary art, classics, this and that. Everything is so immaculate.
Heavy on mahogany and marble.
But it's classic and contemporary. Like, it's an apartment you'd love to have.
100%.
I mean, unless there's obviously a loft that you might prefer. But
it's true,
I think as a house, I mean, it's
yeah.
a full house, not even an apartment. It's a full house.
Yes, it's absolutely right.
Yeah.
But what is the pièce de résistance about the house?
That he has a butler.
That he has a manservant.
Exactly.
Which I think is just so... I don't know what the word for it is.
I mean, listen, there's like, you can almost look at it as a little bit, homosexual, if you like.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's not.
It's
not at all. I mean,
and I love the way that the manservant is like, what's his name? I forgot what his name is.
Peter?
No, but he's like a Paul. And he's dressed all in black.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's got this very, very traditional uniform.
Yeah.
And he comes in, he takes his briefcase, he gives him a bottle of wine when he comes in.
Don't you love that?
So he knows.
Don't you love that?
Yeah. He's very he's very kind of plugged into Thomas
like
Crown's routine. Yeah, absolutely. And another thing, by the way, that another scene that blink and you'll miss it is when Denis Leary's detective manages to get a warrant to search his house.
Yeah.
And you see him emerging out of the kitchen.
Yes.
And he's got an apron with Ben Gazzara, his lawyer. Exactly. They're actually just cooking for fun.
I mean, the apron look is amazing.
It's an apron.
The apron
actually, it's Gazzara who's wearing the apron. And,
okay.
But yeah. But in other words, imagine this billionaire on his casual Saturday afternoon is just cooking with his high-powered attorney.
Yeah.
Right? Very, very cool scene.
But
you know what I don't.
You
know what thing I don't like about it, and I'm surprised.
Okay, go on.
That they kind of.
Let me try to refute you.
About the apartment and something that's in his apartment, and it's kind of actually it reminds me a little bit of the Mickey Rourke character in 9.5 Weeks, and it's something that actually a man with that sort of jet set lifestyle, who's such a playboy, would not have. Loads of pictures of ex-girlfriends. That's not something.
Is that 100%?
Yes, because when Rene Russo
says it, he references
when Rene Russo manages to crack the code of his apartment, that 9-digit code. She goes in and she's kind of snooping around, and she's looking around his office and his bedroom, and he's got lots of framed photographs of ex-lovers who have kind of.
But the thing is,
it's a bit of a strange detail.
I don't want to get into.
Doesn't seem very consistent.
But it might not be true because I mean the other girl in this film who is alluded to as being his girlfriend turns out not to be his.
No, but I mean that's not. I don't think that McTiernan or the writer.
Because actually, this is what I was going to say to you. They make him out to be this playboy kind of billionaire, but you don't actually see him being such a player.
No, there's the implication
as opposed to let's say for example another character similar to him, Bruce Wayne. Let's say you see him; he's always with a lot of women, right?
Yeah, there's some.
But in Thomas Crown, you don't see him with a lot of women.
No, but I think the implication is rife that this guy is a high profile.
Sure. I mean, maybe that's the persona he wants to
bachelor.
Give up. I mean, in a way, it is a bit of a Batman, Bruce Wayne kind of
thing.
Oh,
absolutely. He's playing that kind of character.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't like that. Okay. And I remember it's the same thing that's it's another detail that's seen in 9.5 Weeks. I'm like, a guy that cool, that alpha wouldn't have photos framed photos of ex-girlfriends with love notes on them.
You would like.
Okay,
here's another thing.
Yes.
All right.
Go on.
Wrist movements. He has exceptional wrist movements.
Yes, okay,
when he's drinking, the wrist move, he's always talking like this, the wrist movement of the espresso, the wrist movement when he's playing with his watch.
Okay.
There's a lot of that.
There's a couple of okay, but first of all, I'll give you a couple
of also add to the
one of the opening sequences when he's concluding the deal with the rival company and he's mulling over the details of the contract. And the other side is looking and they're on tenterhooks about whether or not he's gonna sign away one of his key assets.
Yeah.
And then he in his death clutch, and then he signs,
So you
and then they light up the cigar,
So you agree.
and yes, and they're jubilant, and they're saying, any regrets about the way you played this one, Crown? He's like, regret is usually a waste of time, as is gloating. Yeah, have you thought about what you're going to tell your board when they find out that you paid me 30 more than others were offering, and then they look like dumbfounded, and then he walks out. And
By the way,
so that's a great thing.
No,
okay,
absolutely.
all right.
Well,
yeah.
speaking of which, you
Movement.
just
I'm into the movements
No, but
thing,
you reminded me something else.
Yeah.
The voice.
Oh, yes,
It's a bit of
yes.
the gravelly voice.
There is a little bit. You know what? I'm just going to come on to like parts of Brosnan's acting that I didn't particularly like. And
in this film.
In this film, but I'm going to just say a couple of the other things with the movements. Yeah, you're absolutely right about some of the kind of the gesticulations,
Yes.
right?
I tell you what's cringe though. There's a
go-
cringe. The dancing is
Terrible,
a bit,
terrible. Okay, go and tell me about the dance.
I mean,
Terrible.
it's like he's like, ah.
No, it's awful.
Yeah.
No, and then this, like this terribly like synchronized dance with Rene Russo.
Yeah.
And I agree with you.
The
and
dancing
it's
is a bit
supposed to
cringe.
be like sexy and sensual,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
comes across as
I mean,
very
she's good.
cheesy and
She's
just
good.
I don't know. The
But
whole
he's
thing
not
is
good.
he's not good.
No, and actually, like while we're on the subject, I mean, it was a big deal. Rene Russo, who appears naked in a couple of scenes, who was 40 at the time, by the way.
She's
and
like,
it was like that.
Rene
was the-
Russo's his age.
Yes.
She's 1 year younger
Yeah,
than him.
that was the big headline of
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah,
A 40-year-old naked. I mean,
Yes.
blah blah blah. I mean, credit to her. She looks great.
Yes, she does look great.
But it's funny now looking back on it that was the big thing about this movie.
Sure.
Anyway,
and I agree with you dancing, but what precedes the dancing, a couple of good like hand and arm movements is that when he takes her on their first date to the museum, which is a kind of like bit of irony for you, right? And the what do you call it? The other investigating officers are kind of tailing them, and he goes in, and he's like. And when he says to her, she's like, I wouldn't have stolen the Monet. It's like, no, what would you take? And then he puts his like elbow on the ledge.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I would take that one. He's like, you would like to have that? Yes. And then she's like, what would you do to get it? I'd buy a print. And then he walks off, right? Great hand movement. Then a Cipriani with the eating
Yes, this is
of
what
the
I'm
fried
saying.
egg and chips.
Yeah.
And by the way, I like Scotch neat as his drink.
Yeah.
It's a simple, basic, no kind of theatrics, no kind of, nothing like overly, what's it called, pompous.
Yes,
there's none of this like
yes.
vodka martini shaken or a Vesper martini.
Negroni,
It's just
blah,
a
blah, blah,
Scotch
blah.
neat,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So there's no real flair to the
Yes,
drink.
yes.
And then obviously when he picks up the espresso, can I blow anything else?
Yeah, exactly.
Cheese tray. And she's like, how about a deal? And then, she's like, we'll just keep getting more warrants and tidy up your, like carpets. And he's like, would you like another hit of espresso?
Exactly.
So there is a cheesiness to Brosnan,
Yeah.
but it's a likable cheesiness.
Absolutely.
He's not always uber cool. Right.
Yes.
But I mean, but he's cool enough, and obviously his handsomeness, which
Yes.
is, I think we should give
Levels
it a bit
above.
of a
Levels above.
Yeah, we should reference some
Yeah.
of the most handsome portrayal of man ever seen on
Yeah.
screen, particularly in the movie Taffin. And if you want to see some great acting, download some clips of Taffin. Do you want to imitate Pierce Brosnan in Taffin?
Well, you shouldn't be here. Anyway.
Or, you know what? Also, I would like to say in Mamma Mia, have you seen him
Yes.
when he's shouting the ABBA song? Well, when you hear me calling, can you hear me? SOS. So very cool hand movements, right? And by the way, I would like to also say...
Yeah, wrap him up. Bring it home.
His kind of like... the elegance. I would like to say...
Elegancia.
Yeah.
Homo elegancia.
Yeah, exactly. It's why
That's kind of the that's the overarching thing with Brosnan.
it's an yes.
In real life.
In real life. Okay, so yeah, exactly. So one of the reasons I think that Talented Mr. Ripley works so well is because I think Jude Law is not just he's channeling himself through the Dickie Greenleaf character. If you look at the way Jude Law dresses and the way he acts and the way he expresses himself in real life, and he is a bit of a bad boy rogue in real life, right? And so I think that that's why that character works so well. And I think with the Thomas Crown affair, one of the reasons I actually find it superior, not just because it was more contemporary for us than the Steve McQueen film, is that I never found Steve McQueen, as cool as he is, he didn't come across as a sophisticated cerebral banker type. Do you understand? He was more of a kind of the Great Escape, the getaway type person. He wasn't a very I didn't find him very slick, refined character in the vein of Redford or Newman. But I think what's great about the 1999 Thomas Crown is that Brosnan was the kind of prototypical, elegant, modern incarnation of Thomas Crown. And I think therefore that's why it works, because when you look at him in real life, he is a man who has, stylistically, he has not put a foot wrong. And what I love particularly about him is as he's aged, right? He has aged so gracefully, which is unusual.
Absolutely.
Right? And if you, something that we always are so sensitive to is like his Wimbledon attire, for example. And the way he just dresses for some of these formal events, right? He
always dresses well.
Still steals the show.
I'm telling you, Gianni is probably still helping him out.
Do you think so?
And by the way, Gianni.
Just last thing. You have particularly strong feelings about what's going on in the rumor mill about James Bond recasting and him as a potential.
Yes. I would love to have him back. I would love to have him back.
And do you think it's going to happen?
No. Well, the kind of rumors that I hear, now that we're talking about Brosnan and moving on to Bond, is that they're going to go completely in a different direction and far removed from everything else that's come before.
Is that okay?
And so with that in mind, I think they're going to go for a young, maybe remake, origin story of Bond. I think that's the way they're going to go.
I think, okay, fine. Well,
we'll see.
We will see.
We'll see. Maybe Mr. Calvin Dyson can let us know.
Oh, yeah.
Dyson, where you at?
Or Mr. David Zaritsky, for that matter.
Yes.